Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Okay, traders, let's have a look at the SP500 or the S&P 500. We're going to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We're going to look at the Nasdaq as well too. And we're going to look at all the indices, the US indices, looking at the stock market in general to see what's going on right now. So the S&P 500 or the SP500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it's going to be, we're going to get straight into it right now. So anyway, let's get straight into what's been going on right now on a small picture, big picture, and what's been happening. The really interesting thing that I'm noticing here with the SP500 is this, is that you can see, isn't it interesting that it's S&P 500 or SP500? Anyway, so the interesting thing about the S&P 500 is this. Notice how, if I take everything off the screen, notice how that there's a few things that's happening here. Firstly, look at this. Notice how when we come down here, right? So we had this low, just see this point here. So this was a low point. Then we rallied up through here. We had a bit of a flattening through here, right? This was a high. Then we came down, and as you can see, right, we came down just a little bit, made a higher low through here, and now we've been going up, and we're sort of, see how we're just sort of sitting through there as well too. We poked its head back above, we came back down, and now we're resting through here. Now this is a higher high, right? And we could be forming some sort of high low through here. But here is the interesting thing that I want to share with you. This is, now guys, this is real short term on the SP500, okay? Real short term that I want to share with you. In fact, if I go to the hourly chart, I might be able to share that with you even more. Okay, here, right? Look at this here on the hourly chart. Now, I'm not saying this is anything. This just, the way this market's going right now, the way the Fed's been working this market, the Fed could just keep printing more and more money, pumping this market up. Now, I don't care about that either way. With what I just said there, a lot of people get cranky about it. Don't get cranky about it. You know what the Fed's going to do, right? So you either can sit there and complain and whinge and whine about, oh, the Fed, blah, 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 or guess what? You can jump on that train, can't you? You can jump on the train and say, you know what? This is what the Fed's likely to do. They're likely to keep this market going as much as possible. They're likely to keep it going. They're going to keep buying. They're going to keep buying a lot of stocks or keep buying a lot of, you name it, right? They're going to keep doing whatever they can do to prop this market up. You got two choices in life, right? You can find where the trends are, whether it's a manipulated trend or not. And if you want to benefit from that financially, guess what? You're going to jump on those trends, right? So that's why overall I see that we're likely to see a very nice rise in the overall stock market. But that being said, short term, that's an overall rise, right? But on the short term, like over the next couple of days, this is a few things that I want you to keep an eye out for. On the SP500, you can see how that we could be potentially, we haven't made it yet, but potentially making some form of a head and shoulder formation here. Notice how if I bring up this line through here, right? Let me just delete that off the screen. And I'm gonna bring up a trend line through to here. Notice how we have this resistance through here, right? And then we have, let me zoom this in. Now this is an hourly chart, remember? So we had this resistance through here. We popped back up. We went sideways. We came back down, and we had this sideways movement. Let me see if I can bring up a blank candlestick chart here for a minute. And let me go back to the hourly chart. Let me bring up this here once again, so I can show you, so you can see it just a bit more clearer. Right, look at this here. Notice how we had, look at this here, right? We had a low point through here. So this is really interesting, isn't it? Look at this here. So with this low, we had a higher low, we had a higher low, and this whole level through here still could be some sort of high low, right? But look at this here. Notice we had this resistance, which could be a left shoulder. This here could be a head, and we could be forming right shoulder here. Now, the if scenarios come into this. If we do break up and out of here, then this is not a head and shoulder formation. It was just what? It was just a continued basing of, guess what? Low, higher low, higher low. This could be form a high low, and we're just going to continue up. Notice how the markets continue to make these high lows. That has not changed until the market changes. Now, on the flip side of that, if we start to see a break below this level through here, now what is that level? That level is around about, say, around that 2,760 level. If we do break below that and break down, and we start to look at something like something like this here, right below this level through here, as you can see, if we do start to break below that level, then we probably could see a very nice, there's a little bit of support and resistance down there at around that sort of 2,730 level. But the next major one is probably down here around that 2,660. This is on an hourly chart, by the way, guys. So if we do start to break that, we're probably likely, if I go to the daily chart, let me see whether, yeah. So that daily chart, this line back here, goes back in line with almost this level back here. So I wouldn't be too surprised. Let me go back to the hourly chart here for a minute. And let me squeeze up. Yeah, that level there or just below it. All right, so this whole area from that there to that level there, that whole area through there, this resistance, support. So if we do start to break down soon, or today, or moving into, should I say tomorrow, if we start to break down tomorrow on the SP500, we can see probably a nice move down towards the 2,650 level. So, you know, a short-term break could be you know, in the markets here. But that being said, once again, if we do break up and out, then we're probably likely to continue this market here, right? And that's the whole thing about trading the markets. If the market keeps making these higher lows, you don't know when it's going to end that. So looking at this market here, look at this here on an overall basis. If we see what we're looking at here right now, we can see how that's came out, rejected it here, and we poked its head back above, and now we're just going sideways here, like I was sharing with you once again on that hourly chart through there, right? So it could be shed and shoulder formation. It could be nothing right now. That's what you want to keep an eye out for, what's happening there on the S&P 500. But overall, guys, look what we're seeing here on an overall basis, right? Very nice. And that was the hourly chart. This is the daily chart now. Low, higher low, breaking up, and we're just still above, right? The momentum's still up. We might be going sideways, but the momentum's up. We're not actually breaking below here yet, right? We're still holding here strong. So it's not really giving us any weakness at all to say we're likely to start to head down yet. If we have a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart, we're starting to what? We're starting to pretty much get along this line level through here, aren't we? Low, and all it's done, right? Look at this here. Low, ran up. It's just gone sideways. See how it's just resting right on that level there now. Really, really, really interesting stuff. And you can see if I go to my hourly chart, right? Notice how with my hourly chart, if I take this, actually, you know what? Let me go to this chart here for a minute. Notice how on this hourly chart, right, that we're actually forming some form of a channel through here, right? So we have a high, a low, a high, a drop down, and a sideways movement. If we get something like this on the Dow Jones, we get something like this, a breaking below the 2,200 and a breakdown, then what you want to do is you want to bring this up. You want to project from the high of this point through here. You want to project that down. This is called a channel projected target. Whenever you see a channel like this, and then the market does break, we're very likely to get to the projected level. So then I have a target there of around that sort of 2,600 to 2,400. If you're looking for an exact number there, then yeah, about the 22,500 would be that number for me that I'm looking at there. And you can see that's level through there. So on a short-term basis, if I go back to, say, to my 15-minute charts as well, if we start to get a drop back down through to here, especially on that hourly chart, then we can get dropped down, right? So I'm talking about the if scenarios here. If, right? But if the market does break up, because no one knows, right? With professional trading, guys, a lot of people that watch videos all over YouTube, they think they need to know. I'm watching this video because this guy knows exactly what's going to happen. No one knows, right? No one knows. But what professional traders do is say, okay, like for example here, right? If the market breaks down, then we're likely to go down to 22,500. That's a profit. That's a high probability, a good chance to make a profit, right? Same with up here as well too. If it breaks this level here, then we have a good chance of breaking up to this level up here, which is the 24,800 level, right? So 24,800, that's where we're probably likely to run to if we start to break this level through here. Again, this is on the short-term basis here, guys. But if we go back to that daily chart and bring up my overall trend lines through here, you can see how we're just going up and just going sideways. So we may be getting ready for another spike to the upside. I don't know, but I wouldn't be fighting that Fed. And moving on now to our last guys through the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq is just literally keep making higher lows and higher lows all the way up. And what I mean by that is this: we have a low. See how this is a higher low, so we have a low point on this candle. And this is a higher low compared to the previous day's candle. Higher low, higher low, higher low, or it broke one low. Then we have a low, equal low, and another higher low. So we're very strong through here, right? We're not getting any strong move down, especially the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is trying to gain a lot of strength, and the Nasdaq to me is on its way up to closing its gap. The Nasdaq has a gap up here, and that's where I believe the Nasdaq is going to continue to rise and rise and rise with that to come up and close the gap, because Nasdaq is the strongest out of all of them, because that's got all the tech stocks, and right now tech stocks are looking amazing. That being said, Amazon and Netflix and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually did start to see a bit of a pullback, but who knows where this blow off is actually going to stop. Hey traders, John Howell here. Thanks for watching my video. For a limited time only, I am giving away free access to my brand new trading course. I've put all my most powerful systems, strategies, and trading techniques that I've learned over the last 15 years and put it in this course, and I'm giving it away for free for a limited time. So you're in this brand new Go to the Markets by the Board trading course, and you can get it when you go to johnsfreegift.com. You're going to learn, firstly, you're going to get access to a brand new training goes for 90 minutes, and you're going to learn all the details step by step to my #1 trading system with over a 90% success rate that works on any market and any time frame. You're also going to learn 3 powerful chart reading and trading techniques. You're also going to learn 2 more powerful trading systems, and also you're going to learn 7-figure trading secrets, mindset techniques, and so much more. There's top 13 mistakes you're going to learn, the 10K per month formula, and so much more. No, this is not a get rich quick scheme, but if you are struggling with your trading right now and you need help, then for a limited time, you can get free access to this. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now, or click on the very first thing in the description, because for a limited time, I'm giving away. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now and start getting access to this full complete trading course, plus also the free training with my #1 trading system with over 90% success rate. Go do that right now, and I'll see you on the next page.